So mommy told daddy nothing when I was living with mommy. So he was giving lots of misinformation and lots of lies. Like for Lighthouse, it was for Lighthouse. He told me I had less restraints as time went on. When I had the opposite, I had more restraints as time went on. And getting what else did he say? Is that it?
Yeah, I get it. I don't remember. I mean, they just didn't tell me the truth, honey.
Can you remember?
It's a lot more what they didn't tell me than what they did tell me, because they didn't tell me everything. They didn't tell me that you said about being abused and those things.
So yeah, that did you say? And for Columbus, what did he say?
That was the same thing. They didn't tell me the truth.
So they just said I was out of control?
Yeah.
Did Lighthouse say the same thing?
Well, yes, but then they also said you were doing better, and they didn't. They just didn't tell me the truth, Jake.
So how did Columbus and how what was different what Columbus said and what Lighthouse said?
The bottom line is both of it was they just didn't tell me the truth.
Can you at least give me details?
Well, I don't know what they didn't tell me. They didn't tell me any of this stuff, honey. They didn't tell me about telling them that Vinny abused you. They didn't tell me any of that stuff.
So how was I out of control with Columbus?
Well, they said they couldn't get you to behave, so they had you in a room with behavioral problems. And I told them that was a mistake. That you weren't a behavioral problem, but nobody listened to me. Okay?
And how did Lighthouse said I wasn't behaving?
Well, no, they told me you were behaving better than you were. They didn't tell me some of the really bad stuff.
Okay. So Lighthouse said I was behaving better and better as time went on and getting less and less restraints every year. And Lighthouse and Columbus said the opposite, right? That I was getting worse and worse.
Yeah.
And they had me in a room with a behavioral problem, behavioral kids, or me in a room with behavioral kids.
Mm-hmm.
That was a lie because they had me in a room all by myself. Did you do that?
No.
If I wasn't in my classroom, I was in the room by myself. With no adult or teachers or supervising me, and also nobody to talk to. Just me alone in the room. Is that bad?
Yes, Jake.
Why?
That's what it says.
You're not answering me.
Because, Jake, they were just doing the same thing that was happening to you at home. You were isolated. You were like a cast off. It's like being in prison. Okay?
Okay. So I was also isolated at Lighthouse also?
Yeah.
Like how Lighthouse treated me?
Yeah.
Isolated in the timeout room?
Yeah.
But kids were there.
Okay, well, it's still not.
And teachers were there?
It's still not to be good to be in there that long. Okay, so maybe you weren't being isolated as much as you were just being mistreated. Okay?
But I was definitely isolated for Columbus, right?
Definitely.
Okay, that's it. And I remember something.
What?
I was in timeout for 15 minutes.
For how long?
15 minutes.
Okay.
Sometimes longer than that.
Okay.
Yeah, Lighthouse made the timeout for timeouts for me for 15 minutes or longer than that. Did you know that?
I don't know.
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that. You said, did she know that?
Did you know that?
No,
I meant to say, did you know that?
no,
Why did I say that she know that?
I don't know.
And that was pretty much the thing for every kid, I guess. So is that long?
Yeah, I think, Jake.
Hmm?
Yes, I think. I don't. Yes.
And as I got older, it became more and more like 15 minutes. They said 15 minutes more and more as I got older. But when I was younger and younger and younger, they said 10 minutes. But that 10 minutes only lasts like 2 or 3 or 10 times. I spend the time on for 10 minutes. For like 10 times for 2 or 3 or something like that. 10 around 10, like around 10 times it was.
Okay.
But after the 10th time, it was 15 minutes. But kids in the classroom still got 10 minutes. Actually, all the kids got 10 minutes. And I was the only one that got 15 minutes. Why was that?
I don't know, Jake.
Huh?
I don't know. You're asking me questions that they gotta answer. Because I don't know. I don't understand what they were doing. Okay?
That's what I remember.
Okay. I understand, honey. I'm not. I just don't. I don't know what the fuck. Excuse me. I don't know what they were doing. And why they were doing it. I don't understand. Okay? And I really don't understand why didn't they tell me that you were saying that he abused you. Because that explains a lot of things, knowing that.
How?
Because the way you were not wanting to go home, things like that.
Was that like that when I was with you?
Yeah.
I can't remember
I
that.
just didn't have any control over anything, Jake. Okay? Are you still recording?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was I not supposed to be?
No, I just don't know what to say. Okay?
Do you have anything else to say before?
No.
Please tell me if you do.
I said I don't have anything else. What am I supposed to say? It's all horrible how they treated you, that they didn't listen to you, that you're a great kid and you know, they've caused you all this pain and you know, they could have done something about it. They could have told me I could have maybe done something about it. You know, I don't know why people were afraid of him because he was a cop. So what? You know? Cops, you know, they don't get to be above the law and not have to answer for what they do.
Vinny said the opposite.
Right, that's because that's what he looked at. That's exactly how he looked at it. He knew, he felt he could get away with anything. Right?
Yeah.
Right, and that's the problem when you get a cop that thinks like that. And and then when you have people, especially at schools, helping them out to have that arrogance, that certainly doesn't help.
Okay. Is that done?
Yeah.
Okay. Wait a minute, I told Miss Coleman this before, and then also you this before.
Okay.
That Vinny said the opposite about not being above the law.
Yeah.
He says he was above the law all the time. The 7 years I was living with him, he said this all the time when he was abusing me. He said that mostly only when he was abusing me. He said, "I am the law. I can do whatever the fuck I want."
That's exactly the problem. Because the schools let him get away with it. I didn't let him get away with it. The courts didn't let him get away with it. Even other cops didn't. It wasn't, it was the school, it was the people at the school that let him get away with that. They have to answer for that. They have to live with that. And that's what people are gonna know about, and what they have to live with. What they didn't do. What they let a child abuser get away with.
Oh, Miss Cormier, by the way, in good news, I did my Christmas list, and I'm still doing my birthday list. Should I tell what I put on?
Yeah.
I can't remember all the stuff.
The Christmas list?
Yeah.
All those movies, honey. All those special collections and stuff, okay?
Okay. I put Doctor Who stuff that was on Blu-ray, and it's a little pricey because I wasn't expecting that. I'm funny. And also, you know what? I think I might show you my list. Let's see, Doctor Who. I put 4 types of Doctor Who's runs on Doctor Who, which was the 12th Doctor, complete 12th Doctor, and the Doctor before that, and the Doctor before that, and the Doctor before that, and which is 3 Doctors before that, before the 12th Doctor of Doctor Who, and also I put SpongeBob 200 episodes, best of SpongeBob 200 episodes on there. The 200 best of episodes of SpongeBob. Anything else I'm missing? Oh, and a SpongeBob Claymation Halloween episode. Is that it? You sure?
I think so.
Weren't there at least 5 things on there?
There was a lot more, but okay, just wait a second. Let me get the list, Jake, okay?
Calm down.
Yeah, I'm trying to get stuff done.
Okay, I know. Let me know when you got the list, okay? In the meantime, I will just hang out with my buddy Miss Cormier on from the phone.
Batman Hush.
Okay?
Justice League and the Fatal Five versus the Fatal Five.
Yep.
DCU Suicide Squad Hell to Pay. Doctor Who Series 1 to 7 limited edition box set.
On Blu-ray.
Yep. SpongeBob.
All this stuff is on Blu-ray.
Yep. SpongeBob SquarePants.
Except 2 or 3 things.
Yep.
I'm trying to heard that.
The Legend of Bikini Bottom. SpongeBob SquarePants, the best 200 episodes ever. Batman versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Wonder Woman Bloodlines. Batman Ninja. Batman The Return of the Caped Crusaders. Batman versus Two-Face. JLA Adventures Trapped in Time. Batman Unlimited. Mechs versus Mutants. The Spectacular Spider-Man Complete Series box set. Doctor Who The Peter Capaldi Collection. DC Universe 10th Anniversary Collection. 30 films. Okay.
Okay. You got that, buddy? Not talking to you, I'm talking to my other buddy, okay? That's all.